So, is Nick coming back?
Well,
He's been gone a lot this year.
But you have the inside story on Nick. You even though this is a behind-the-scenes show, right? This is our Gonzo show that we do once a month. But give me the insight on Nick, because Nick has an unusual approach to cameras and video work.
Well,
and
I'm glad you clarified what you were talking about, because I was like, this show's not long enough. If you want to insight and how to break down the psychoanalytics of Nick Marconi, I don't think anybody could do that. But if you want to know, so you send out these scripts. You guys go out, you find these great stories, and then you write up a script, you share it with us.
Yeah.
He never reads them.
Not once, boss. Not once.
The day before, you're trying to figure out.
You figure there might be a briefing of understanding of what you
get a backstory. So we move Nick's chair out of here today, but usually he sits right there. Right. It's the first time he's looking at the script. And all right, what do we got today? What's going on? So you send the script out, and first time I think he ever opened an email from you.
Right.
Last night he says, "Sorry guys, I'm out."
Right.
I said, "Isn't that funny? First time Nick ever reads a script is the time he's not going to be there."
Hey, there's a certain irony in that. I don't know what it is, but there's a certain irony in that.
But we miss Nick when he's not here.
No, Cross, let's not go,
You got a mouse in your pocket? Is that what you're saying? What's his wee stuff?
Come on now, Cross. I don't know.
I sort of felt like he's not, so he's, his office next to my office. Yeah. We spend a lot of time talking about different events, what's going on. He helps plan stuff. But when he's not here, it's almost like I get a day off. I wonder if he'll watch any of this. If he doesn't read the scripts, he probably doesn't watch it.
But the irony is he'll never watch it, boss.
So he'll never watch this. No.
Hey, but you sent over the scripts, the information. You've got two great athletes we're recognizing. Yeah. And man, we have got another talented lady basketball player. Yeah. We've got Toledo Christian. 43 points again?
Yeah, Kendall Braden.
How is this happening? Like you said it earlier.
Cross is our go-to man
all these
there.
Points?
You know what, guys? It's just unbelievable. I mean, in a 32-minute game, 43 points. You know what I mean? I mean, I wish I could have seen that. I actually wish I could have seen it. Well, I'd have been psyched.
We talked about Toledo Christian.
Right.
We've had a lot of their stars. A lot of high school stars from Toledo Christian on the show. There's something going on at Toledo Christian, and we talked a little off.
We did.
There's a great community. There's a great family feel over at Toledo Christian. And I don't know if that is, propelling the success that these teams have. But, you talk about whether it's the boys basketball, girls basketball, soccer. They had the was it 8-man football?
Yes.
8-man football they had. I mean, you hear all these great stories.
Right.
What's going on over there?
Well, I think that it's they have such a strong sense of community, guys. Mm-hmm. When you go there and you talk to their coaches or you interview their kids, it sounds corny to say, but it's a family. It's not that different than what you and your dad run here at Taylor. It's family. You have family prominently on your, and anybody who works for you or with you, they understand that family is real, that you care about the people that work with you. They care about their kids, they care about their coaches, they care about their teachers. They follow their kids from little bitty on up, and they have a real sense of pride in representing their school. And they put in the work, they're supported by family and friends and community, and they excel. I mean, that's really what,
it's working.
They excel.
And can you imagine how it makes those kids feel?
100%.
When they're playing, they're competing in games, right? No matter what sport it is. Yeah. And they see all the parents there and the community there, that adds a lot to
And
them.
as a first-class athlete, Cross, you should answer this question, I think. When you had that support, you play better. You elevate your game, right?
You really, really elevate. Good point, Tom. I mean, you just take it to the next level.
Right.
I mean, we had that little cracker box gym.
Yeah.
DeVille High School, right? Yeah. But it worked to our favor because it was jam-packed. You know what I mean? And just to look around and see all the parents there and all the little kids there and the support.
But you always talk about the support you got at DeVille.
Yes.
It's one thing, your parents are going to support you. That's a given, right?
Right.
But when that is spread out to coaches, teachers, administrators, and they all take an interest in you and representing the school, well, I tell you what, you give more effort. I mean, you just do.
And you know what else was really powerful? And I'm just reflecting here, but at our home games at DeVille, all the mothers they used to all sit in one section.
Oh, nice.
And all the dads
Yeah.
used to sit in
Not,
one
to,
section.
not together?
No, they used
No.
to split up.
The moms probably didn't want to be anywhere near the dads getting hooting and hollering, right? Getting all into it.
You
Well,
know what?
my
boss?
mom was a hollerer.
Oh,
Even though this is a Gonzo show for us, the behind the scenes kind of deal, I'll tell you what, I'm kind of liking Nick not being here today. I don't know. Can I say that? You know, can I say that? Is that okay? I mean, you know.
Let's vote. All right. Hey, next we're heading over to Whitmer.
Yeah.
And we got a great wrestler over there, Jeremy Gittner.
Jeremy
And-
Gittner.
Man, this guy though, talk about disciplined.
Right.
And what he's done.
Right.
I think you said maybe even gone to states last couple of years.
Last 2 years, he's finished second in the state. I think he's wrestling 157 this year, which is a really tough category because they have great athletes
Sure.
that say cut 10 pounds or 12
Right.
pounds or whatever. So you're wrestling some great athletes, some physical guys. They think he can win the state this year.
Wow.
He's 18-2 now. But the interest of the story to me was for Boss and Ucross. You know, Steve's so big on goals,
Yes.
those type
Yeah.
of things. Every day, how many high school kids you know this? Every day he writes a journal and writes his daily goals, not what I need to accomplish today. Is that going to be
That's
somebody that's
awesome.
going to be successful? I mean, come on,
Yes,
you know.
Yeah, no, coming up with those daily goals, and you think about those wrestlers, they're working out all the time.
Yes.
And the other thing too is they probably set PRs, right? Like he's in the weight room, he's running, he's doing all this stuff. But not only that, when you talk about the nutrition side of
Right.
wrestling,
Yeah.
what these guys do. Back when we were around, wrestlers, it was a little dangerous, right? Cutting
was
so
very
much weight,
dangerous.
and they're in the sweat box,
Right,
they're
right,
wearing
right.
the
Very
garbage bags.
dangerous. Yeah.
They do it differently today,
Yeah.
and these coaches don't put that pressure on them, about trying to make weight and cut all that weight. They're about nutrition.
100%.
It's all about eating healthy,
Right.
putting the right things in your body, but then it's all about the discipline of working out. And so tracking those things and setting daily goals and journaling it, it's working for them.
Kind of the regime boss that Cross and I use every day. We worry about what we're putting into the body. You know, is it fried? Is it a double
McDonald's?
cheese? Is it a double
Wendy's?
cheese? You know,
Which one am I going to?
I've been training on double cheeses. It's really Cross. It's working for me.
You said, he's wrestling 157. And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, but he need a buddy to wrestle one of us, right? to get up to our weight class. I don't know.
I might be out of the. I think in high school, don't they have a number
The
today
max-
on the heavyweight
the max
where you're
out?
maxed out?
Yeah.
I think I'm maxed out on the heavyweight. I think it's 312. I think I'm out. You know, I don't. I'm
Well,
a
what I
cheeseburger.
want to say about that young man, though, it's a level of discipline.
Yeah,
It really
yeah.
is.
It's unusual.
That's
that-
getting him. So, I'm really, really praying this year that he can win it all, because I know that he worked extremely hard over the last couple of years. And let me tell you something. I'm the type of person, I'm happy-go-lucky. So, we can have the banter back and forth.
Yeah.
Right? I've never smart mouthed with a wrestler. Not
Well,
once.
you
Not
know,
Say it. Every time we talk about a wrestler, we're saying don't mess
there's
with the
a
wrestler.
rule that you don't fight a wrestler.
Right.
Because if they get you on the ground,
You're going to sleep.
it's over. You're going to sleep.
You're going to sleep.
Tapping out. Tapping out.
Well, in this thing too, we should say, because it's behind the scenes, but if Nick were here today, the first thing he would say about, first of all, he's kind of a wisecracking guy. He likes to, jab us, and we deserve it.
Yeah.
But
No,
Nick,
you're being polite there. He is called deceive. Okay? Let's get it right.
But the first thing he would say about the goal thing is he'd say, "Oh yeah, that's a really good idea, boss. Maybe Cole and Crosby should have to write their daily goals down, And,
Yeah.
But then Nick would go, "Well, but those guys can't read anyway, so it doesn't make any difference."
I remember the first time boss asked us to do a journal entry.
Yeah.
I was like, boss, what's a journal entry?
Hey, we've come a long way, Cross.
Yeah, we
It's
did better.
crazy with the high school student athletes today and what they've picked up and what they're doing. It's so
It's
much
amazing.
different. It's funny. My daughter actually, Amelia, who's a senior, she journals.
Yep.
She's got
Wow.
daily goals, and she's in the gym all the time. Tennis season's over, but she's in the gym. She's working out. She's running. She's doing all this stuff. And she shows me this book she has. And
Right.
She keeps track of all this stuff,
Yeah.
including her water intake, her
Wow.
nutrition,
Yeah.
her food,
Steps.
her sleep, all this stuff. And so I
Wow.
think it's, think about where athletes are today
Yes, right.
versus where they were.
Right.
Yes.
Just look at the NFL and the bigger,
Well,
faster,
yeah,
stronger.
yeah,
Totally,
yeah.
totally
So
different.
I think these kids are getting an earlier start on it. you know, we were out there in tennis shoes, you know, in
Yeah,
the summer in the
Right.
backyard playing football or basketball down the street. Now it's like it's a real thing with these kids.
When I talk to kids, I always talk about doing a journal,
Right.
you know, and I would imagine if you had a person, a new hire coming in to try to get into your great business, and you and Ed were interviewing them, and that person pulled out a journal book, laid it down in front of you, and said, "Here is my last year of every day, what my goal is, and if I made it and didn't make it, and I recorded all that." I think you'd hire them on the spot.
You're hired. I
Yeah,
was gonna say, you're
yeah,
hired.
you'd be hired on the spot.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
how important
absolutely.
goal setting. And I've always found, I know you're big on this, Steve, and I think Cross is too. I find if I'll write it down on a whiteboard at home
Sure.
someplace.
Right.
If I write it down and commit myself to writing it down and I'll put it out there too. Like I'll put it on Facebook. I'll say,
Right.
you know, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. It doesn't always work out, but the fact you commit to it and you write it down, you're going to do most of it. I
Yes,
think, you know.
absolutely.
Yeah, there's something there. There's a great book out there, Think and Grow Rich.
Okay.
It's one of the founders of this whole idea of what you believe,
Right.
you know, what you see will
Mhm.
happen.
Right.
When I first heard about that, I was a little naive. I thought, okay, hey, all you gotta do is think it and it'll happen. I remember before a class I had a test I hadn't studied for, and I took the book under my pillow and thought about it over and over and over. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
But like you said, you write it down, it's in your subconscious. You know, I've got things posted on my mirror at my bathroom.
Yeah,
I've got it
100%.
on my computer here. So yeah, goal setting, what this kid's doing is unbelievable. I hope
Yes.
it correlates over with a state championship.
I do too.
We'll
I
be
do too.
following this story.
Yeah,
for sure.
100%.
Right.
Absolutely. We talked a little bit about the NFL, bigger, stronger, faster. Big game this Sunday.
Yeah.
The game, Super
Yeah.
Bowl. My
Yeah.
Lions aren't in it. So you can talk about who's going to win. I could care less.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention when you said the game has changed.
Yeah.
You know, the NFL, and it certainly has, because I think 80% of us playing back in the day,
Yeah.
there was no concussion protocol.
No.
You were put out there.
Smell this real quick, right? Go back out.
Cross, that's why you and I, when
We kinda did.
Steve asked us, did you guys remember that from last week? And we go, no, and we never saw it, boss. He understands.
Right.
You know, but I get what you're saying, boss, but I'll tell you what, I am intrigued with the game.
I know.
Because
Yes, it is.
Purdy, you know, is a great story.
Mr. Earl.
The last guy taken, nobody cared about him, isn't any good. He just
Yep.
manages the game. And that is bull, whatever China wants to put in there. He's not managing the game. He's quarterbacking the game, and he's done a great job. Give him credit. So he's a great story. And I'll tell you what, Patrick Mahomes,
Yes.
God bless Tom Brady and all that he's done. Patrick Mahomes is on a different level. He has an ability to escape pressure in the pocket like Houdini, but yet he most times doesn't run. He creates room to find somebody downfield.
Yeah.
He is an amazing quarterback. And I'm kind of caught up in the
Right.
Kelsey Swifty thing. I think it's kind of funny. I think it's good for sports. I think it's interesting.
Bringing a new
Bringing
audience.
a whole new audience.
Yeah.
She's brought $300 million into the NFL
Yes.
since she started coming
Yes.
to the games. But how many young ladies who maybe didn't care about football, now they're watching it? I think it's a cool story.
Did you
It's
hear
fun.
Kansas City's changing their name? I saw helmet
Oh,
next
wow.
year. Next year, instead of the Kansas City Chiefs, I saw it's Kansas City Swifties. And they got like a picture of her on the side of the helmet. I don't know.
But here's another thing. You know, I'm a hard rock guy. Beatles, Beach Boys, Alice Cooper. But I'll be darned. I started listening to some just because the music was there. Some of her songs. She's a pop. She's kind of the Beatles of this era. They're catchy. They're
Right.
catchy pop tunes. She's a good role model for young ladies. You know, she tries to do good things. What's not to like? I mean, I think it's a cool story.
I mean, she goes out with Travis Kelce.
And Kelsey's tough. And Kelsey-
you know what I mean?
You know,
I love-
Steve's got to listen to the New Heights broadcast with the two Kelsey brothers.
Yeah.
I am telling you,
My wife even listens to that. She
I'm
loves it.
telling
She
you,
loves it.
wow,
Yeah.
you would-
So you talk about new audience. Yeah.
you would love it. They are funny. They are brothers that care about one another. Really, they put each other down on kid, but they care deeply about one another. And Travis doesn't happen without Jason.
Right.
Travis was
Yeah.
kicked off of the Cincinnati
For sure.
team. He was headed down a bad road, and Jason went to the head coach because he played at Cincinnati, begged the guy to give Travis a chance. He said he's a good kid. He's made some mistakes.
And he was a quarterback. They moved him to tight
He was a
end.
quarterback, and that's what the coach said. He said, and the coach relented and finally let him back. And the coach said, I don't need a quarterback, but if you want to play tight end, and then the rest is history. But it wouldn't have happened without his brother, and it's a cool
Hey,
story.
China's standing up.
Yeah,
That
she's
means
ready to go.
It's time to go.
Right.
Who's winning the game? What do you got?
I
What's your
never go
prediction?
against Patrick Mahomes. Never.
I'm going with KC too. I have
All
to go
right.
with KC.
I gotta go with San Francisco just because they beat the
They
Lions.
beat your Lions, yeah. Hey, Lions could be back next year in the Super
I
Bowl,
think-
though.
yep.
Very easily.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
The other thing about you gotta like about Patrick Mahomes, there was a picture of him the other day in the locker room with his shirt off.
Yeah.
He's got a dad bod.
He does. He's got the little.
He's
He's
not
got the
ripped,
belly.
he's
Yeah.
not got-
He's
yeah, I
got
was
the
like,
belly.
Hey,
Yeah.
there's something to, and
You know what?
it's
There-
pretty
But
funny.
you know what? He's such an innovator on that field.
He is.
Yeah,
He's
You know,
unique.
I seen him do a pop pass the other day, and it was like he was shooting a jump shot.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
just
He makes it
lofted it over.
He's
the
on a
defense.
different.
Yeah,
he's playing
on
a different game. You know?
And you know what? I don't know if anybody knows this, but he is a multi-sport athlete.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was a high school All-American in
Yep,
basketball,
basketball.
high school All-American in baseball, and football.
But Boss is right. You see him with the shirt off. He doesn't look like
Right.
the typical. You know.
No,
It's
not at
kind of
all.
cool.
Hey, it'll be a fun game.
Yep.
Regardless, I don't know if I'll watch, but
You'll watch.
Hey,
I
maybe,
bet you'll watch.
maybe,
I'm
maybe.
betting on it.
all right. Hey, fun show. I
Behind
think,
the scenes, it was good.
You keep talking about Gonzo and behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I think if we do this again, what if China sets up behind us? And we just sit here and talk, and we just gotta, change it up even a little
Well,
bit
the people
more.
might be saying they're showing the best part of us, right?
Yeah,
The back of our
yeah,
heads.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
They don't have to look at our faces.
Another fun show.
Yep.
Nick missed
Yes.
out.
And you know what?
He
The heck,
missed us more than we missed him.
the heck with
Exactly.
Nick. I say the heck with Nick. I'm just going there.
Let's call it a wrap. That's it.
That was fun.